Britain has always done retirement rather well. The bungalow with a garden just big enough. The morning paper collected from the local shop where they know your order. The bowling green where Tuesday means something. The neighbours who check in without being asked. Generations of people working hard and then finding a place to rest. But some towns stopped delivering on that promise. Scattered across these islands are places where the GP surgery closed and was never replaced. Communities where the bus to the hospital was cancelled years ago. High streets where every third shop stands empty and silent. Towns where the estate agent shows you sunny photographs, but never mentions the ambulance response times, or the nearest accident and emergency department an hour away. I have gone through government deprivation data, NHS service reports, council documents, and community forums to bring you 15 places where the reality of retirement might not match the dream. Places where the challenges only reveal themselves after the removal van has departed and the boxes are unpacked. Now, before we dive in, if you find this helpful, tap that subscribe button. You will not want to miss what is coming next. Let us begin on the Essex coast, in a place that has become shorthand for deprivation. Jaywick sits just west of Clacton-on-Sea. It was built in the 1930s as a holiday camp. Rows of small chalets and bungalows line unmade roads designed for summer visitors escaping London. The beach is still there. The sea air still carries that sharp coastal smell. But Jaywick has been ranked the most deprived neighbourhood in England multiple times according to the Index of Multiple Deprivation. That index measures poverty across income, employment, health, education, and housing quality. Jaywick scores poorly on nearly all of them. What does this mean in daily life? The nearest general practitioner surgery requires a bus journey, and buses here run infrequently. The nearest hospital is in Colchester, over an hour away when public transport cooperates. Many of the roads remain unpaved. When it rains, they turn to mud. Residents on local forums describe feeling like a forgotten place. Documentary crews arrive, film the potholed streets and peeling paint, then leave. The attention never becomes investment. For a retiree needing reliable health services and easy access to shops, Jaywick presents real obstacles. Travel north along the coast to Rhyl in North Wales. This was once a thriving Victorian resort. Families from Liverpool and Manchester filled the guest houses every summer. The funfair drew crowds. The beach stretched golden and wide. Today, Rhyl struggles with some of the highest deprivation levels in Wales. The west end of the town contains wards where life expectancy falls years below the national average. The Sun Centre, once a famous indoor water park, closed in 2014. Attempts at regeneration have delivered mixed results. Walk along the high street and you see the familiar pattern. Charity shops, betting shops, empty units with faded letting signs. The seasonal economy means winters are quiet and long. Health services are stretched. Betsy Cadwaladr University Health Board, which covers this area, has faced significant challenges and periods of special measures. For someone requiring regular medical attention, access becomes a genuine concern. Clacton-on-Sea presents a different angle on coastal retirement. This is one of the oldest seaside resorts in Britain and also one of the most elderly. Over 30% of residents are aged 65 or above, far higher than the national average. You might think this makes it ideal for retirees. In some ways it does, but it also means services designed for older people are under immense strain. General practitioner surgeries report some of the highest patient-to-doctor ratios in Essex. Social care is stretched thin. In 2014, Clacton made national news when it elected the first ever United Kingdom Independence Party Member of Parliament in a general election. That vote reflected a community feeling ignored by mainstream politics. The sense of being left behind persists. Affordable housing attracts retirees on modest pensions, but the infrastructure to support an aging population has not kept pace with demand. We leave the coast now and turn to towns built on industries that have faded or vanished entirely. Blackpool is known worldwide for its tower, its illuminations, its hen parties stumbling along the Golden Mile. But step away from the seafront into residential wards like Bloomfield, Brunswick, and Claremont, and you find some of the most deprived neighbourhoods in England. Life expectancy in parts of Blackpool is nearly a decade shorter than affluent areas elsewhere in the country. Multiple wards rank in the worst 1% nationally for deprivation. The town has a concentration of houses in multiple occupation. Many former guest houses have been converted into bedsits and small flats. This creates a transient population. People arrive in crisis, stay briefly, and move on. Your neighbours change every few months. Building community becomes nearly impossible when nobody stays long enough to know each other. Loneliness in Blackpool is the loneliness of crowds. People everywhere, but connection nowhere. Middlesbrough in the northeast was built on iron and steel. The blast furnaces that once lit the night sky have largely gone cold. What remains is a town searching for its next chapter. Unemployment runs higher than the national average. The town centre has struggled with empty retail units and antisocial behaviour. Crime statistics from the Office for National Statistics place Middlesbrough among the higher crime areas in England for certain categories. Health outcomes here are concerning. The local NHS trust has faced pressures. Life expectancy lags behind. For a retiree seeking a peaceful environment with reliable services, Middlesbrough presents challenges that estate agents rarely mention. The people are warm. The community spirit in many neighbourhoods is real, but the structural problems are equally real. Burnley in Lancashire offers affordable housing. Terraced streets where you can buy a home for a fraction of London prices. This attracts people on tight budgets, including retirees stretching modest pensions. But affordability often correlates with other factors. The town has areas of significant deprivation. The high street reflects national retail decline, but it is felt more acutely here. Health services serve a population with higher than average needs. Local community forums reveal mixed experiences. Some newcomers find friendly neighbours and a slower pace of life. Others describe feeling isolated and struggling to integrate into established social networks. The winters are long and grey. Pennine weather is not kind. For someone moving from southern England, the adjustment can be harder than anticipated. Port Talbot in South Wales is dominated by the Tata Steelworks. The largest steelworks in Britain stretches along the coastline, and when the wind blows the wrong way, you know it. Air quality has been a concern for residents for years. Studies have examined pollution levels and their health impacts. The steelworks provides employment, but its future remains uncertain, casting a shadow over the town. Beyond the environmental concerns, Port Talbot shares the challenges of other post-industrial communities. Limited retail, stretched services, a population that has declined as young people leave for Cardiff or further afield. The M4 motorway passes nearby, but passing through is different from stopping. The town exists in a kind of limbo, neither thriving nor collapsing, simply enduring. We move now to market towns, where the problems are quieter but no less significant. Skegness on the Lincolnshire coast transforms between seasons. In summer, the population swells. Families arrive for the beach, the arcades, the donkey rides. The Jolly Fisherman poster promises that Skegness is so bracing. From June to August, the town buzzes with life. Then September comes. The arcades close their shutters. The guest house is empty. The seasonal workers leave for jobs elsewhere. What remains is a year-round population of around 20,000, heavily weighted toward older residents. East Lindsey, the district containing Skegness, has some of the highest social isolation rates in England, according to Age UK research. Winter in Skegness is long. The seafront that sparkled with lights falls dark. The chip shops that queued down the street serve a handful of regulars. Everything is built for people who are not there. The permanent residents live among reminders of busier times, waiting for summer to return. Merthyr Tydfil in the South Wales valleys was once the iron capital of the world. In the early 19th century, this town produced more iron than anywhere else on Earth. The industry left generations ago. What remains is a community with some of the poor health outcomes in Wales. Life expectancy here is significantly below the national average. Rates of chronic illness run high. The hospital has faced capacity pressures. The valleys are beautiful. Green hills rise on either side of the town. The sense of history is palpable. But beauty does not pay for healthcare, and history does not keep the buses running. Public transport connections to Cardiff have improved with the new metro system, but services within the valleys remain limited. A retiree without a car faces genuine difficulties. Great Yarmouth in Norfolk shares characteristics with Skegness. A seasonal economy, a permanent population skewed older, and high levels of deprivation in certain wards. But Great Yarmouth adds another concern: flood risk. The town sits at the mouth of the River Yar, and the Environment Agency maps show significant areas vulnerable to coastal and river flooding. Climate change projections suggest this risk will increase. Insurance costs in flood risk areas can be substantial. Some properties struggle to obtain coverage at all. For someone investing their retirement savings in a home, this represents a financial risk that compounds the other challenges of life in a struggling seaside town. Some places present challenges that are less obvious, not dramatic deprivation, but quiet difficulties that accumulate over time. Barrow in Furness in Cumbria is a substantial town of around 70,000 people. It builds nuclear submarines, so there is employment. But Barrow sits at the end of a peninsula, and the Lake District forms a beautiful but effective barrier between the town and everywhere else. The single road in and out floods during bad weather. Reaching any other major settlement requires a journey disproportionate to the distance. Residents describe feeling cut off from the rest of England. National retail chains bypass Barrow. Cultural events tour elsewhere. Regional planning seems to forget it exists. The isolation is not about empty streets, but about being overlooked. A town large enough that it should matter, remote enough that it often does not. Stoke-on-Trent was the home of British pottery. Wedgwood, Royal Doulton, Spode. Names that graced dinner tables across the empire. The industry has largely departed for cheaper labour markets. What remains is a city of 6 towns that never quite merged, sprawling across the Staffordshire landscape without a clear centre. This fragmented layout creates practical problems. Services are scattered. Public transport connects some areas well and others poorly. Neighbourhood quality varies dramatically, sometimes within a few streets. The regeneration that has transformed other cities has been patchy here. Some quarters are improving. Others continue to decline. A retiree moving to Stoke needs to research at neighbourhood level, not city level. The wrong street can mean a very different experience. Bradford in West Yorkshire is large and complex. Parts of the city are genuinely appealing. The Victorian architecture, the proximity to the Yorkshire Dales, the cultural offerings. But Bradford also contains wards with significant challenges. Deprivation levels vary enormously across the city. Community relations have faced tensions over decades. The city centre has struggled to attract investment. This is not a place to dismiss entirely. It is a place that demands careful research. The right neighbourhood could offer good value and genuine community. The wrong one could deliver isolation and frustration. For someone considering Bradford, the advice is simple. Visit multiple times. Talk to residents. Do not rely on averages when the range is this wide. Our final group includes places where trends suggest caution, even if present conditions are less severe than elsewhere on this list. Hastings in East Sussex has been called the most deprived seaside town in the southeast. That title reflects a complex reality. The old town attracts visitors and artists. Regeneration money has arrived. But affordability pressures have brought an influx of people priced out of London, changing the town's character rapidly. Services designed for a smaller, older population now serve different needs. Health outcomes in Hastings lag behind the county average. Mental health services report high demand. The town exists in transition, neither the quiet retirement destination it once was, nor a fully transformed success story. The trajectory is uncertain. For someone seeking stability in retirement, uncertainty itself is a risk. Blackburn in Lancashire offers affordable housing and a location within reach of Manchester and the motorway network. But the town has faced economic challenges for decades. The textile industry that built it left, and replacement employment has been inconsistent. Health outcomes rank below national averages, and community tensions have surfaced periodically. Local forums reveal a town of strong opinions and genuine loyalty among long-term residents. Newcomers report mixed experiences depending on which neighborhood they choose and how actively they seek connection. Blackburn is not uniformly difficult, but nor is it uniformly easy. Like Bradford, Blackburn demands research at street level rather than postcode level. So what connects these 15 places? Distance from hospitals that can mean life or death when minutes matter. Public transport networks that have been cut beyond usefulness. High streets that have hollowed out, taking the casual social contact of shopping with them. Communities where the social fabric woven by shared employment has unraveled since the factory or mine or steelworks closed. Populations that have aged in place while services retreated to larger centres. These are not random misfortunes. They are predictable consequences of decisions made over decades. Funding that followed population to growing cities. Services consolidated into larger hubs. Transport routes judged uneconomic and cancelled. The people living in these places did not choose decline. It was chosen for them by 1,000 small decisions made elsewhere. If you are considering retirement, certain questions deserve answers before you commit. How far is the nearest hospital with an accident and emergency department? What are the ambulance response times in that postcode? How frequent is the bus service? When does the last bus run? Are there GP surgeries accepting new patients? What does the index of multiple deprivation say about the specific neighborhood, not just the town? What do residents say on community forums? Not journalists visiting for a day, but people who live there year-round. These questions are not pessimism. They are prudence. The right information gathered before a move can prevent years of difficulty after it. Please watch the video appearing on your screen next. I will see you there.